Hello everyone, it's Giselle from Kids Yoga Stories, and I'm here today for our yoga story time with Katie's karate class. And I have my wonderful little helper, my daughter, Anamika. Okay, let's see. Do you know that I wrote this story for you when you were practicing karate when you were little?
Yes.
Did you know that?
Yes.
Okay, so what makes this yoga book a little bit different is that it's based on a yoga principle. And the yoga principle is if we have negative thoughts, to think the opposite and see if you can see this message within the story. So this is different than our other books where you actually act it out. This is about listening for that lesson, the yoga lesson, and then you can talk about how you can apply that to your life. Okay, let's get started. "I'll race you to the park," Katie's brother shouted before running down the path. They were on their way to the dojo for Katie's first karate class. She'd been watching Jonathan practice karate for years. Now she was finally old enough to join the Little Dragons class too. And I'm wondering if you know what a dojo is. If any of you have taken karate and if you know what a dojo is, it's the place in which you gather and practice. It's like we have a studio in yoga and they have a dojo in karate. Suddenly, fear stopped Katie in her tracks. She couldn't move. She couldn't talk. Jonathan bolted back to her side. "Hey, what happened?" Katie's heart was beating fast. Her tummy hurt. "I feel sick." "Is this about karate class?" asked Jonathan. Katie nodded. And I wondered if you've ever had these feelings where you have a fear of something or something is about to happen and you have these feelings in your tummy or somewhere else in your body, maybe, where you feel this fear. Jonathan put his arm around her and slowly guided her to the park bench. They sat down together. Katie felt the warm breeze on her face and listened to the buzz of life around her. I'm wondering if sitting down on the park bench with her brother might help to calm her down. Let's see. After a few minutes, Katie took in a deep breath. She let out the breath. A flurry of words came along with it. "I can't go to karate. I'm scared. I don't know anyone in class. What if I can't do it?" She began to sob. Jonathan grinned. "I totally understand. Sometimes starting new things is hard. Like when I took skiing lessons for the first time, I felt sick too. I didn't know anyone in my class and I was scared of falling. Mom told me that when I have negative thoughts, I should try to think the opposite. But I don't know how to do that," Katie said. At first, I didn't understand what she meant, but later I remembered what she'd said and decided to feel happy about skiing instead of scared. I made a friend right away and didn't fall over. And now I love skiing, Jonathan explained. I'm not sure I can do that," said Katie. "You love your yoga class, right?" her brother asked. "Let's pretend we're going to your yoga class today instead of karate. Maybe that will help you feel happy inside instead of scared." Katie jumped up, filled with joy. "Yes, I love yoga." And you can see the picture there of her in her yoga class. "Exactly. Let's imagine that karate is like yoga," Jonathan said. "We start in front position, which is like mountain pose. We begin the class in meditation, just like in yoga. When the sensei says take a knee, it's like practicing lunge pose. And fighting stance in karate is like warrior two pose." Can you see those similarities? Katie flowed effortlessly through the yoga poses. "I'm doing it. I'll just pretend that we're practicing yoga instead," she said excitedly. "Then I won't be scared of karate. I can think of something I love to help me learn something new." Katie paused and touched her belly. "Hey, I don't feel sick anymore. Keep going so we're on time, Jonathan said as he took Katie's hand and led her toward the karate school. You can show everyone your karate yoga moves. With the dojo in sight, Karate was struck by a thought. Karate is like other sports we do too. We stretch at the beginning of karate, just like in gymnastics. We run around the mats to warm up in karate, just like soccer practice. Doing a front karate kick is just like kicking a soccer ball. And doing a side karate kick is kind of like doing the standing splits in gymnastics. I'm wondering if some of you do some of these sports too. Okay, I'm ready, John. I can do this. Katie smiled from ear to ear. Thank you for helping me. They ran the rest of the way, laughing. Katie changed into her gi. The gi in karate is their uniform, and joined the rest of the students on the mat. She looked around at the other children. Some of them looked scared too. The boy next to her was staring at his feet. Another girl was biting her fingernails. Katie started to feel the butterflies in her stomach again. So she put one hand on her heart and another hand on her belly. Remembering what her brother had said, she took a deep breath. And we can do that with Katie too. Katie closed her eyes for a moment and imagined being in her yoga class. She thought about turning her scared feelings into happy ones, like Mom had told Jonathan to do. I can do this, Katie thought. She opened her eyes. She looked at the boy who was sitting next to her. With a big smile, he said, I'm Nate, what's your name? She chatted with the boy while they waited for the class to begin. When Sensei called her name, Katie quickly stood up in front position and yelled, Yes, sir! She had a feeling she was going to love karate after all. So I'd love to hear from you. I'm wondering about if you can relate to that story in some way. And if you're scared about something, if you have a lot of fear, if you can take your negative thoughts and think the opposite. And if that will help to clear up your fear and also by taking a deep breath. Thank you. See you next time for the next story time.
Bye.